Hey, I missed you. So I just got back, not yesterday, but John and Will picked me up from the airport at 12 o'clock midnight Friday night. And I was supposed to get back a little bit earlier, but we'll go into that. So I just got back from Los Angeles. I went for the YouTube Holiday House shopping event, which what that is for YouTubers like me. When you notice those little links and stuff right here in the corner. And the shopping links, they're no different than the ones down below, but they're just easier. And so they have some different companies there to talk to us. And then they also want us to network, which I'm not the best at. And they want to, get us ready for the holiday season, which I have never been good at. And I'm going to try to be better this year. I think last year I did a little bit better. A lot of it is because I'm a little bit of a Scrooge. Not that I don't love Christmas, but I get overwhelmed easily. And a lot of it too is I'm a last minute Sally. I do everything at the last minute. So this year I'm going to try to be better about that. I've already started a really good luxury gift list, like collection or video, meaning things that your husband can get for you, or you can get for yourself, or you can get for the luxury lover in your life. So that will be coming up. And then I'm going to do some other ones, definitely like hair and beauty and everything else. Okay, so I'm going to do like I always do. And we're going to go over what I wore, what I ate, what we did, who I saw, all the things. And I really feel like this is a good one because when I am doing these videos, I am thinking about what I'm going to come back and tell you and how can I bring value to that, because I want to be more than entertainment. I want to be like that friend that helps you out with those things. So, and I do have, it was a rocky little start to the trip. And that's okay. It's no big deal. So I got the flight there. And I think I told you that I decided to go a day early because I just don't like it when you like land and then like everybody's there. And then it's like just go, 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 go for just 2 days after a, 6 or 7 hour flight. So I booked an extra night and an extra day at the hotel, even though YouTube did comp our hotel, which I thought was incredibly generous. And it was nice too because we all stayed at the same place. It was Hotel June at the beach, and it was really nice and clean and simple, but I loved it. And so I went to bed early Monday night, and I was leaving. My plane was boarding at 6 a.m. So I got up at 3 because we needed to leave at 4. You know the whole drill. Well, when I got up, American Airlines had sent me a little notification of my flight, like they do. And so I was in the bathroom, getting ready. I had already done my skincare, packed some things, and I was right in the middle of my makeup. And I got another little thing from American saying, your flight has been canceled. You're now leaving at 2:30 p.m. and not getting there until like 11 something. And I was like, no, that's not what I want to do. That's not worth it to me. So I went in and got John up because he was sleeping in a different room. He does not like to get up as early as I do. So I got him up and I told him, and by the time he got on the computer, it had already changed to me going, instead of going from here to Charlotte and then to LA, it sent me to Miami. And the flight was at 7 o'clock. So I was like, okay, I can do that one. And I was basically getting there right around the same time, lunchtime. And so I said, let's just go. Let's just go on. We're both up. If I get there mega early, who cares? So that's what we did. So my airplane outfit was my Aritzia set that I showed you last time that I bought in New York that I told you was a good set for flying. I had that on. I had my leather frame blazer. I had on my new Chanel loafers and my new black denim Gucci bag. And so I took a picture before I left. And then here we are at the airport. It's still dark. We are still, our airport, like I said, is supposed to be like one of the fastest growing in the nation. So John has to drop me off like way down. And then I take my luggage up this long ramp and then go into the airport. So, and I'm still using those same two pink pieces of luggage. One is the base, and one of them is a cheap one I got a long time ago. And I'm so glad I tried the large luggage in black because one, it's so worth the money. And two, so I know I like the actual luggage, but even though I don't think this pink luggage is as chic and it gets dirty and it's beat up, I see it coming immediately. And there's just a lot of value in that to me. So I'm gonna probably stick with either pink or another color. Okay, so here I am walking up this whole ramp thing here. And here's my shoes that I love. So every shoe I have to make a comment on, I left down here. So here they are. They are the Chanel. Oh, are they the turn lock? They're not the regular loafer. They're the mule. And I have really come to that conclusion. Now, I hate to say that because I do really love the Gucci black sparkle and they are comfortable. But no one can deny that it's nice not having anything on your heel. As long as this part stays on your foot correctly and it's not rubbing your toes, I really like the mule version the best. But I will say these were comfortable all the way up until when I was on my final, and I'll talk about this in a little bit, my final little jaunt to the shuttle and everything in LA. I could tell that if I had to wear these all day, they would have rubbed my foot a little bit, like right in here. But I think that that will ease up after I wear them a little bit more and not try to wear them, shopping a whole day or anything like that. So I don't regret getting them. I don't say don't get them, but don't think that you're going to put these on and wear these 8 hours walking. I had someone say, like in my last video, that I had bought all those shoes and that I still wore my flip-flops. And the reason is I know that most of the time you have to break in a shoe to a degree. And I don't want to do that while I'm on vacation. I would rather do that little bit by little bit. So that's how I felt about that. But I love them. They're so pretty. They're super chic. I've got these in here. I'll put a picture of them. There is something about these shoes. I saw them on Pinterest, I think. They are so chic grandma vibes, but so cool. Like to me, these shoes look like Ferragamo or definite Ferragamo Gucci vibes. I like them. And it's this particular color. I might have to get them for us to try. And okay, so here I am sitting, waiting for my flight. Here is my glorious Gucci bag, you guys. I cannot recommend this bag enough. And I had someone write me and say, I got the bag and it's big. It is big, but you won't feel that way. There's something about the way you hold it because it doesn't have a long a long handle. And it kind of molds to your body when you're holding it. I don't think that you will feel that way. Okay, so when I got on the plane, I did think to myself, because I am someone who loves to fly first class. I will admit that. I just love the whole experience of it. It's worth it to me. I understand if it's not. We're all different. We all enjoy different things. So that is something that I enjoy. And another thing I was thinking of is when you pay attention to what you're wearing and you enjoy it, how you're flying, the times of your flight, all of those things, your actual flying day is not something that you dread. It's actually part of the trip. And that's how I feel about when I go places. I can't imagine like not wearing makeup, throwing my hair up, wearing something yucky, not liking where I'm sitting for 5 hours, and then starting my vacation. To me, that is part of the whole trip. And I do recommend that because life is short and we need all the wonderful, fabulous days that we can. That's how I feel about it. So when I got on the plane, I noticed that my seat was on the first row. It was the last one by the window on the left. And I thought to myself, this isn't what I typically choose because I don't like having to give my bag up for them to put in the overhead. But I thought, okay, well, I must have had to pick this seat. So I sat there and the lady was really nice. She said, I just have to put it up when we take off and then I can give it back to you. So I took my headphones out, my Apple headphones, which I love. I can't imagine not having those now. I love them. I had downloaded some YouTube videos and a course that I knew I had for the whole entire flight. I had taken, you'll see here, some Barefoot Dreams socks. I always take a pair to sleep in and for the hotel room, but I took an extra pair in my bag for the flight because I know sometimes it's cold. And when we got on, it was freezing, freezing. So I put my socks on and here I am. I binge watched Abby Young hair videos. And I have watched a lot of her hair videos in the past, but I kind of got out of it when I put extensions in and everything. But I am going to do so many good hair videos. And a lot of it is going to be inspired by her, but there are a lot of things that she and I have different. And so, okay, like today, should I go into my hair today? I will. I did a huge Walmart haul yesterday. I had the best day yesterday. I had a reset, relax, take a long nap, get a lot of good stuff for my videos, do a lot of good thinking kind of day with a great dinner, reconnect with my family, everything. I just had a wonderful day yesterday. And part of that was I went and got some of the stuff that after watching many of her videos, I thought pertained to me. The first thing was the Dove, and I'm going to put the exact thing down below. It's the Dove Set shampoo and conditioner. It's the one with repair, but there's a couple of different things. So make sure you look down below. It's the repair set and the mask. Okay, then I'll put every single thing I use down below because I've gotten so many things. And here's the thing about me. I can use a shampoo and conditioner one time and tell you how I like it. I just have that kind of hair. I don't need to use something for the whole bottle or 10 times or even 3 times to tell you if I hate it or if I like it or if it has possibilities. So last night when I used this, I thought to myself, I like it. And it has repair properties in it. So I so far give it 2 thumbs up. And then this morning when I got up, I slept with it in a ponytail. I'll put a picture in here. This is how it looked right out of the ponytail. So you can see it's already somewhat straight. And I did that because I wanted to try straightening it. I'm looking at my hair now, wondering if it's still straight. And I just have a real problem with flat irons. I have in my head that they are going to destroy my hair. And I think it's because I'm not really the greatest at it. And I know that I can't hold it still. And I know I don't want to go over it twice and like all the things. And it just really freaks me out. But I know that I like my hair straight. So this morning I did something crazy. I dug out of all my hair things. Okay, back up. She said she loved the Shark hair dryer better than the Dyson. Okay, I'm still on the fence with that. I had just given mine to Brooke, but it was on sale at Ulta. And in all fairness, I had never really given it a really good try. But I do remember that the Shark got hot. And I think so much depends on how fine your hair is. And I'm sorry, I'm trying not to make this a hair video, but I just don't want you buying anything that isn't good for you. So I don't know how I feel about the Shark dryer yet, but it did dry well. I woke up, my hair felt good. And today I dug out the Dyson Corral and I was able to get my hair this straight with dry hair with the Dyson Corral on like 260 degrees. It was like whatever it came up on, dry hair, 200 and something. So that made me feel good. I'm going to get it charged up so that I can take it with me next time I go out of town because that made me feel a lot better. Here is when it went a little cray-cray. I knew that, I don't know if it was because of the shutdown and the TSA. I don't know really why my flight got rescheduled. But I knew that I had picked a charcuterie tray type thing for my flight. I knew I had not eaten breakfast. I mean, I'm usually really pretty prepared. Well, when we got to Miami, I thought, I better eat. Something told me I better eat a little something just in case. So I went to this little place, the Original Mojito, and got a ham and cheese sandwich just with no bread. And so here it is. And I have to say it was good. I can't complain. It was good, and I was very, very, very thankful. Then they call group 1. So I go up there, and, I mean, there's just, like, all kinds of people everywhere, and I'm standing there waiting. I look down, I wonder what seat I'm in. I look down, and I see group 5, seat 29B, and it was all over but the crying. I thought to myself, "Oh my god, I paid for first class, and I'm in group 5," which I knew was in the back, 29B. I knew that didn't sound good. So here I am going to the back of the plane, and here I am in the middle seat in the back of the plane with 2 very nice people. I will say it has nothing to do with them. It was the point that I had not gotten mentally prepared. And I was already slightly anxious about having to sit there that long, and fly that long, but I had done all these things to prepare for that, you know? So I am immediately texting John. Okay, I asked the woman at the gate, just made her mad. She did not care. Let me tell you, she did not care. It really ticked her off that I even had the nerve to say I had paid for first class and they put me in, in the back of the plane. She said, "Ma'am, it's full." I mean, she was it's like rude wasn't even the question. It was like it really made her mad. So I knew I was getting no satisfaction there. I texted John, and I had a little bit of a little tantrum, a little freak out. It really sent me, I think it was just a little bit of a curve. But once I sat there, I thought, this guy was so nice. This girl was so nice. Let me tell you, she was ready to sleep. She said, "I'm gonna sleep the whole trip." I was like, "Okay." And I have not flown non-first class since, I think the last time was when Monate bought me my flight to the convention, which I have to say, when I am reading about all these hair products and the Capixel and the red clover, that was the main 2 ingredients in Monate. And if you only knew the amount of hate I received from doing those Monate videos, and here we are with the same ingredients being in the most popular, successful hair care lines. It just goes to show you the weirdness of the world, but that's okay. That's another subject. So I luckily just here's the girl beside me. I mean, when she said she wanted to go to sleep, she meant it. She had a pillow, she had a blanket, she leaned against the side, she was out. And then let's see. Okay, here I am. I'm landing in, okay, I can't eat pretzels, I can't eat nuts, but I did get 2 Diet Cokes. So that was nice because I had nothing with me to last me for 5 hours. And luckily, the few slices of ham and cheese, they hung in, I will have to say. So I had 2 big suitcases, as you saw. I always do, because they told us they were going to give us a lot of PR, and they were not joking. So I get off the plane, and I remember this now. I see a lot of people standing up there, and it says Uber, Lyft, taxi, everything. And so I thought, okay, you got to go stand up here. Then I'm noticing nobody's really like looking at their phone, or they're not acting Ubery. And I looked at the guy. I said, "This is where we call an Uber?" And he said, "No, this is where you get the shuttle to go to the place where you call an Uber or you get a taxi." And I said, "Can we walk there?" He said, "Yeah, if you want to walk." And he made it sound like a long ways. And let's just say it was. So I had to drag my suitcases up into that shuttle, and they weren't light. I already had packed a lot of stuff because I overpack. That's just part of who I am. And so I drug it up there, had to stand up because it was full. They got off, and this nice man, every time I go out of town, I appreciate chivalry and the power of masculinity and even humanity. You notice so much how much of a difference it makes when someone is nice to you and then when they're not nice to you, and when a gentleman chooses to turn around and take your luggage off of the shuttle. Like, that is the biggest deal to me. And so, of course, I thanked him, and I just, I love it. It's almost like a happy boost. So then I walked and I got into, I think I just took a taxi because I always just take taxis because they're sitting right there. I'm just not that. I don't care if the taxi looks or rides like a taxi. I don't care. And I think they might be a little cheaper, but they're there. So when I got into town, it was raining. This is going to play a big part in this whole video because when I think of Los Angeles, Rodeo Drive, just everything, I think of sunshine. I do think of dry air. I do think of cooler nights, but I don't think of raining and dark and cold. Let's see if I did so here we are leaving LAX. You can see my makeup is glowy, but I tell you got to hand it to that Maybelline serum. No primer, nothing. Straight on the skin. It lasts all day. And I enjoyed my outfit. Here I am getting to the Hotel June. And it was a really like a tiki Baja themed hotel. It was about a couple blocks away from the beach. And that's how I grew up. Almost everywhere we went was at the beach, couple blocks away from the beach, beachy. So I got it. Like a true beach house is not that luxe. So luckily, I got it. I loved it. Here's my room. Very simple, but big. After you've been going to New York all these times, you just like appreciate being able to spread out a little bit. So, and when someone's paying for your room, and I paid for this night and it was $300. So it's still I think pretty good. Good bathroom, everything. So I changed clothes to go out to one of you, and I just want to give you the biggest hug. Told me about the Grove. Now, I think I've been there before, years and years ago when I went to LA for the first time to see my friend Sheila Fajl that lived right near Calabasas. I think she took me to the Grove, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure because I didn't know I was going to love it this much. So, okay, so here I have on my Saint Laurent jeans, my Saint Laurent boots, which I will tell you about again in a little bit, and my Chloe little jacket is kind of like a trench. And what did I have on underneath? For the Win Target tank tops. I had purchased a 3-pack before I left. I took all 3 with me and wore all 3 of them. I cannot recommend these enough. Last night, I went on the website. The 3-pack is sold out, but I ordered more of those. There's something I just want to have. Like, if I want to wear one of their tank tops every day, I want to have 5 in the drawer. That's how much I love them. They're so good. And I like how they come up kind of high because I've really been focusing in on my body skin with glycolic and retinol, and I've had some spots come off. And so then it leaves kind of like a little raw spot. So I kind of wanted that for my chest anyway. And the funny thing is, so here is my outfit. I'm loving it. Feeling so LA, perfect for the little bit of cool, rainy weather. And I'm waiting for the Uber and I get in. Okay, here it is. So it's 121 in Westchester and it's 61 degrees. That was cool for LA. So get in the Uber and I told him the Cove. Like I punched in Uber the Cove instead of the Grove. So when I got in, I knew that I had looked it up previously and it was like a 30-minute Uber. But when I got him to come get me, it said like 10 or 12 minutes or something. So when he picked me up, I said, shopping, right? The Cove, a shopping area, and he spoke almost no English. But I could tell he didn't think that was right. So I looked it up again. I Googled the Cove shopping and it wasn't coming up. And then it clicked. It was supposed to be the Grove. So he pulled over, we reset it, and I went to the Grove. And so here I am. So we're going through Mid-City, and he lets me off at the Grove. I'm facing Nordstrom, and I turn around, there's Le Labo, there's Page Denim, and it's, stopped raining. And I see in front of me Cheesecake Factory. And I thought, oh, that's wonderful. I know I can get breakfast all day at Cheesecake Factory. I love their bacon burger. And they were so busy at 2 o'clock, they did not have a table. So I sat at the bar, I had a really sweet bartender, and I got the bacon burger. And here's my boots that I love so much, so much. I'm going to tell you about them in a little bit. And the, Cheesecake Factory, don't you love it when something is so, I know a lot of people don't love chain restaurants, but you guys know I love familiarity. I love safety and comfort knowing I'm going to get what I think. And so I love going to places like that. Give me a Ruth's Chris all day long because I know I'm going to love it. So I'm sorry that I forgot to take a picture of this before I cut it up. But the beauty of getting a fried egg on top of your burger is cutting it and that egg, like, going all in your burger, because 9 times out of 10, when you just get the burger and you're not getting the sides, the fries, the bread, the dessert, you'll look at that burger and you'll think, "Oh, no." And a lot of times it's really small and it's really dry, but this one, it really isn't. It was a good burger. Okay, so then I took off out of there. I was like, "Wow, it's gonna be a wonderful day. I love it here. It's beautiful. I'm just gonna enjoy myself, and then I'll go back to the hotel, check it out for all the girls. Well, I'm gonna check out the restaurant, all that stuff." So I went in Aloe, and I was looking at these hair clips because I wanted to, like, pick up a little something for Brooke. So I showed her the hair clips, and I told her, I said, "Would you like one of these hair clips?" I said, "But tell the truth because they're $45." If she didn't really like them and it wasn't any big deal, I'd rather spend $45 on a sweater or something. And so it was funny. I sent her that picture, and then this is my outfit, which I loved. Saint Laurent jeans are crazy expensive, but they're crazy fabulous. They really are. With that said, I've got 2 pair of jeans I got in this haul that are 100%, 10 out of 10. I think you need them. But so that's coming up soon. So I had a wonderful girl help me there, and I asked her what were the most popular things. And I explained to her I had just gotten some Aloe leggings, and they looked like they were for a 4-year-old. I did not want a bunch of compression. I don't need to run in these. I just want to wear them, and I'm going to do an aloe, not an aloe, but a leggings style video. So the ones that she suggested are these, the Aloe Soft Sculpt High Waist Legging. And so they still look like they're for a 4-year-old, but I can tell that they stretch and they have that feeling. You know what I mean? Like that feeling of I can wear these around the house, not just to the gym. And I just really liked them. So I got them. This is something that you have to know with Aloe is they really are about their branding, which, I have nothing against that. I like it. And then let me stand up and show you what else I got. Okay, in the meantime, before I do that, sorry, this time of day, this time of year is the sun is just like beating in right here. So we'll just do the best we can. But Brooke said she liked the gray one. Well, I pulled it up and showed her. I said, it's actually kind of blue. And I said, I really like the brown one. I showed her. And she said, you know what? I don't trust myself with a $45 jaw clip. She said, I'd rather just get one off of Amazon. So I was like, I love that because if she'd have wanted it, I would have gotten it. No big deal. But I that's what I mean. So I ended up getting, these are the best sellers for, I think I said for women 30 and up, that, I mean, I know a lot of the younger, like hotter girls walk around in their crop top and everything. And trust me, I would have done it too. More power to you. Do it while you can. But I know I'm not going to do that now. So I wanted to know what were some good things for like right around our age. And she suggested these pants, and they are pretty fabulous, I'll have to say. I got the extra small. So I would say size down. Yeah, I would say size down. Really nice, like cord inside, really pretty, aloe. Okay, so now look at the back of my sweater. It's also aloe. Is this a bestseller? I don't know, but I saw it and I really liked it. Let me look at it real quick. I just put it on. And I love cardigans buttoned all the way up, worn as a shirt. I always have. It gives me that little bit of Mad Men 60s kind of feeling. I think it's kind of feminine in a way. And this is just really nice. It's kind of like I don't know what it is. It's really soft and it's kind of like that thick boingy kind of fabric. I'm sure it's some form of acrylic. It is not cashmere. I would rather see you get 2 sweaters from Quince if I had to be honest, as far as bang for your buck. But I do think this is super cool, and I think it would look good with denim. I think it's worth it if you want it. I always, have a hard time because worth it is it's just so different for everyone. Okay, so here I am, and there's a Gucci store. Well, I had halfway decided, not halfway, I would say I had 75% made the decision that what I was going to wear to the conference was the blue dress. Forget the name of it. I should know it by now because I now have 4 of them. The blue dress from Aritzia. That dress is, I can't even really explain how good the quality is and how pretty it is. It's the perfect mini, but not really a mini. It's timeless. It is just the perfect dress. But I knew that my legs, I have been exfoliating the full out of them with glycolic pads, and I knew I wanted to wear some hose. So I thought maybe I'll get some of those cool Gucci hose. When I was in Fendi, when Brooke and I went there in Boston, I don't know what, they must have had Fendi hose is all I can think of. But she said that she had Gucci hose that she had had for years and loved them. So I had kept that in the back of my mind. And so I went in there and they had not seen my bag, the black version, the black denim. And so they were loving my bag and we were talking and everything. And I said, do you by chance have the Gucci hose? And he said, yes. And I couldn't believe it because I thought that might be something you just have to order. And you guys, I couldn't do it. They were $300 and some. And when I looked at them, I mean, they were pretty, but they did not look like super strong. I just couldn't do it. So I was like, okay, well, that threw me in a little bit of a tailspin because it's raining. It's cold. My legs are not tan and have been, things have been coming, like little teeny bumps and stuff have been coming off of my ankles since I've been exfoliating so much. And it didn't look bad or anything, but I wasn't feeling my leggiest best. And so it kind of threw me for a loop. And I was like, okay, I'm glad I did take the Aritzia, that Pamela Anderson blazer with the matching pants. So I knew I had the black suit on standby, but I wore a suit last year. And as you probably know, I'm a little off of my game because of my hair. Not because I don't like it, not because I regret anything, but I'm not at my, full on. You know what I mean? As far as confidence goes. So I then went to Aritzia, and you guys, I could shop there for the rest of my life. I just want everything in the store. It was so hard because it's not that it's that expensive or I won't wear it, but I already knew I had to save room in my suitcase for the stuff we were bringing back. I knew I had taken a foldable duffel bag. So I went nuts in Aritzia. First of all, I got these. Oh, my jeans are in the dryer. Hold on, let me see if they're dry. Okay, yes, you heard that right. I'm a bad jeans mom. Do wash and dry my jeans. I'm telling you, things have to just fit in my life. Like with my Saint Laurent jeans and my real high-end ones, I think I would probably wash them, dry them just for 5 minutes, and then probably air dry them. I don't think I've washed those yet. Okay, so here is the first pair I noticed, and they are Citizens of Humanity, and they are a boyfriend jean, and I love, love, love the color. To me, like this is the perfect, not too dark, but not too light, not a bunch of whiskering and, faded spots on the thighs or anything. And so I got these. And I did get size 26 in these. So if you're about my size, you might need to not get I picked up the 27 and I was like, I don't think the 27 is going to get it. And then I had a really sweet girl, I believe her name was Hannah, help me. And she said, oh, these are my favorite jeans. And she went over and I said, are they the Anina? And she said, yes. I said, I have those and I love them, but this color is, and I hope it comes off on camera. See how it's like dark blue, but it almost has that undercurrent of black. It's like it's a cool dark blue. I love these so much. And what size did I get in these? Anina and let's see, 26 in these two. So, and these, like right now, they aren't all the way dry, really. So I didn't do too bad getting those out. And I never dry my things on like full blast. It's kind of like my hair. Yes, I'm going to wash it and dry it, but I'm going to take care of it along the way. So, okay, so here are the boyfriend ones with my boots, and that is the beauty of it. It's hard to find a good pair of jeans to wear that are the exact right length and opening size to go over your boot. Now the beauty of these boots, let's just count the ways. I mean, it's just, these are the ultimate pair of boots. I have them in black and this color. I got this color first, which is like a Merlot. They have the YSL on the heel, on the inside, and they come up and they kind of fit to your leg, and then they zip up. And so when I tried these on with those boots and they stuck out like that, I was like, I loved it. And I actually had tried the other jeans on with the boots and I loved those. So that will come up later. And then what else did I get? Hold on. I got my favorite pants, which are the effortless pants, but I got them in the low rise, black 6 regular low rise because I like them to hang. And then I got this sweater that I had seen online because pink is really in this year, this light ballet pink. It's one of my favorite colors. Like I said, I love a cardigan that you can wear as a shirt. And this one just grabbed me right from the beginning. Even I had it in my cart at the time. Okay, so I had all that. And let's just say I had even more. I had a belt. Okay. I picked up this belt from Aritzia and it's very nice. Like if you just want a really nice belt that's not crazy expensive, I get the medium. I could wear the small, but I want to be able to wear it low on my, I can't even see which hole I wore. Probably that one. I like to be able to wear them low with my jeans. And then I have the hole puncher that I can punch more holes in if I want. And then I forgot to say on the way there, I wore this belt that I ordered from Revolve and I paid for it myself. They did not send it to me. And this is the medium large and it's a black patent Anina Bing. Because sometimes, believe it or not, I don't want like a Chanel or a Gucci belt. Because if I'm wearing a Gucci jacket and like designer shoes, I never want to look thirsty and weak. You know what I mean? Like I'm just starving for you to notice my labels. I love labels. I love luxury. I don't mind a logo. I love loud luxury, but sometimes it's just too much. It's just like putting too many ruffles or anything else on, you know? So that's why I like that. Okay, then I went to Sephora. Probably the nicest, most well-stocked, most enjoyable Sephora I have ever been in. Like everyone was so nice. It wasn't crazy in there. And I wanted to look at the Hung Van Gogh line. So I've watched him for years now and I wanted some of his makeup. And I had already been to my Sephora that's in a Kohl's here. And of course, they don't carry it. So I ended up getting one of his eye palettes. It's this one. I used it the entire time. It's the new neutral. And it is just me in a palette, me in a palette. I've got it on today, if you can see it. And the whole time I used that color and that color. Today I used a little bit of that. And then the whole time I used that. This white color reminds me so much of the Mario. This palette reminds me of a Mario palette. Like the quality is there. Not a lot of dust up. No fallout on your face, no surprises, not too pigmented, not pigmented enough, like perfection. It really is. It is just, he did a good job. Then I knew I wanted a bronzer because I heard Tati talking about how much she loved the blurring bronzers. And in those places, it's hard to tell. That's why a lot of times with bronzers, you'll notice I'll get a couple of different colors because it's just hard until you use it and everything. So the first one I got, I had a girl help me and we looked at these two and she suggested that I get this one because it's cooler because I told her, I said, I want my bronzer. I said, it's the biggest purpose is contour. And she said, well, I think you'd like this one because it's cooler toned. So I got it and it's called Hardworking. So that is what I got that night. And then I also got a little hair set. I had never tried anything from the Crown hair. I think what made them popular is their combs and brushes and dry shampoo. But I got a little set that has the leave-in conditioner. And we'll talk about that whole leave-in conditioner thing when I do a hair update video, because I have a lot to say. I have pages to say. The finishing gel and the texturizing air dry mousse. So I got that little kit because I knew this is the beauty of not having any extensions and having my hair like it is now is I knew I was going to take a shower and redo my hair that night. If I wanted to take a shower and redo my hair every night, I was going to do it. And that is a weird freedom. It's glorious, actually. So, okay, I think that's all I got at that trip. And then I went next door to ZARA, you guys. That is the most beautiful, fabulous ZARA I have ever been to. Way better than, okay, way more my style and things that I liked in it than even Soho, whatever, Hudson Yard, all the Zaras I've been in, everywhere. When I was in there, I thought to myself, oh my gosh, I want so much stuff. I'm going to have to choose because all along I'm thinking I'm running out of room in my suitcase. So I wanted to show you some different things. First of all, these boots, I did not need them, so I didn't get them. Hopefully I can find them on the website because they were so nice looking and they were like our style of boots. Seam, nice toe, perfect heel. This tote bag, perfection. You know how I was saying I think a tote bag is so chic. Just such a good tote bag. Just the whole store was that new design. So good. So I ended up getting, here I am trying it on. Let me show you. I ended up getting this little bomber. And this one I got in medium. I didn't wear it, but I thought, okay, if I end up wanting to wear jeans to the event, I could wear this zipped up with those boots and feel good. And I know that, and I've gotten a few that I'm going to show you in the next week. I've gotten a few of the cropped trench. This is like that look, but not. It's a little bit different, but it still gives you that look. And this like has silky lining all down the sleeves, a really pretty sleeve at the end. Like this is definitely a 2-step up from the normal fast fashion quality. You know what I mean? Like this is definitely Aritzia, even, you know what I'm saying. It's a nice quality. Then I saw another blazer that was wool. So this blazer I got, and it is super cool. I ended up getting it in a smaller size, and it's like part of their wool collection, and it's really nice and it's really cool. You can even see it here. It has slits on the side, and you'll see that coming up. And then you guys, I have to show you this like really in depth. I looked over and saw, did I take a picture of it? Saw this hanging up and could not believe my eyes. This leather coat. It is the nicest leather coat I have ever had. It is like a pebbled, yummy leather. It is leather from the leather collection. I mean, look, the whole time I was wearing it, I was like finding the coolest magnet things, really good pockets. The inside is lined and it cinches in. It is just like the perfect leather coat. But I was thinking, I cannot pack that leather coat. It will take up like almost all of my suitcase, all of the other half. So for the first time ever, I think, and you know I'm a Zara lover, I had a really nice girl come to help me. And we sat there and I took pictures of some jeans because they really had some nice jeans there. But I knew at that point I did not need to buy another thing because I was having packing anxiety for going back. And so she looked up everything that I'd picked out, and I was just going to order the jacket and have it sent home. Sold out. I cannot, I'm so hoping that they restock it. She said it was part of a special drop. She said that store gets everything first. And I told myself, I will just wear that thing home. I don't care if it's 90 degrees. I'm going to wear that jacket home. I'm getting it. So I got that, and I got the blazer and the little jacket, and I got an Uber from right outside of that store. I knew I needed to get back to the hotel. I did not need to walk in another place. And I was just thinking, okay, thank goodness I have the duffel bag. Okay, so here are the shoes that I took. I took my Havaiana flip-flops, my Chanel loafers, my YSL, like mule loafers, my best shoe ever in the world. I feel like I need to buy a backup, Gucci. I took my Chloe boots. I did not end up wearing. I took my YSL boots, and I had taken my Chloe heels. They're the ones that I think I found. Well, they're not a dupe. They're something similar on Amazon. And those are the shoes I took. Okay, I went to the restaurant. I knew we were going to eat at this restaurant the next night, a group of girls and I. And so I wanted to kind of test it out. So I went in there and sat down, and I I think I baffled the waitress a little bit. I got a Diet Coke, and I said, "Can I get just the taco meats and then just put some cheese on them?" And she said no, that they had no way to ring up just the meat. I mean, she just did not have anything for me. And there was like a steak and a burger, but I thought, I'm not going to pay. See, this is where I get kind of frugal. I think I'm not going to pay $44 for a hanger steak and not get any sides, not even know if the steak is going to be good. I just didn't want to do that. So I knew that right next door was a Ralph's grocery, literally walking feet. Like, I don't even know how many feet, just like almost connected. So I went in Ralph's, and it was a nice grocery store. I mean, it had lots of nice stuff. And I ended up I remember they had really good flowers. And I thought about getting a rotisserie chicken, but I was like, no, I really don't want to have to pull apart a chicken tonight. I wasn't starving because I'd had a good Cheesecake Factory. Here it is. It's 631 in Westchester. It's 59 degrees. And I got from the deli turkey. I think that's one slice. The turkey was like this big. And then the roast beef, I think it was London broil, was like this big. So it's one slice, a sandwich slice, and two slices of white American cheese. And then I got a little mini 12-pack of Diet Cokes to keep in my room. They had a refrigerator. In hindsight, I should have gotten more meat and cheese, but I didn't know that yet. Okay, here is the Hung Van Gogh palette the next morning when I'm using it. And here it is. I used I'm not showing you my hair here. I'm showing you how a hair clip popped out of my hand, bopped me on the eye, put a big dab of mascara on my eye under here, and I had no Q-tips. For some reason, I did not restock my Q-tips. So I had to basically almost remove all of my under eye makeup and do it again. But this day was the day that everybody was getting in, and I knew that, it wasn't like a big deal. So, okay, so I head out of there at 8:24, and I go downstairs. They do not have a breakfast there. They have one of those things where you can get things they bring in, croissants, muffins, coffee, this, that. But when you ask about the eggs, they couldn't do scrambled eggs. They only had fried eggs, which made me think they were probably frozen and they probably heated them up. So I asked the girl, did she know where there was a good breakfast place? And she said, yeah, there's the Breakfast Nook down the street. So I got an Uber, went down there. And when I got out, let me look at this place. It just looks like it's going to have a good breakfast. I thought, yummy. It was only 8:30. I was going to go back to the Grove and return some of the stuff I got from Aritzia because I thought, I can order these again if I want to. I'm only going to keep the things that I might wear for the event. So I knew I had plenty of time. So I go in, I'm looking around like, oh my God, yeah, this is going to be a good breakfast place. Oh my God, yeah, the menu looks great. He comes over and takes my order. And I said, do you use real eggs? Oh, yes, absolutely. I said, okay, I want 5 eggs with cheese, American cheese if you have it, because American melts easier, and a large order of bacon. And you guys, look at my eggs and bacon. My eggs had no taste. I don't know what kind of eggs they were. They must have been like little Dove eggs because this looks like a lot, but it was not. You can see the cheese, and my bacon tasted just like country ham. I don't know what it was, so much that I was eating it and I was thinking, what does this taste like? It was like eating something that looked like bacon but tastes like something totally different. And then I finally realized it. I have not had country ham in so long, but that's what it was. So it was a bummer. So at 8:54, it was still 57 degrees. And here I am headed out for the day. And I had used my 2-inch curler that night, not curler, curling iron that morning. Loving it. Beautiful day. Just loving it. So I get to, here I am taking another Uber. I've got my Chloe sunglasses with me. And oh God, I went by, we were going through Hancock Park. And in this trip, I had an Uber driver that was talkative. He was born there. So he was telling me like there would be these little clay looking houses. And I always like to know, like, I want to know where people live. Like, I want to know, do the middle class live here? How much are these? Like, where would I live if I lived here? You know, all those questions. And he said, oh, those houses are old, but they go for 2 million. Here we are. Okay, so he told me about the houses, and then we passed them on strike. I don't even know what were they striking about. I don't know, but I've never, like in Wilmington, I've seen little mini strikes, like where like 4 or 5 people are like standing on a corner, but I've never seen like a big one. So, okay, so here I am when I first get to the Grove. And I've got my Aritzia stuff to return. I've got on my Gucci slides, which are, do I have them? Yeah. The best, like, best money ever spent. Just beautiful, stylish, comfortable, easy, go with everything. You will never regret. I am a US 8. I wear these in the 38.5. So that I would size up half a size for those. Okay. And it's beautiful. Like, I'm taking pictures. You guys, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I like this better than Rodeo Drive. Like, Rodeo Drive is iconic, and you're getting ready to see that in a little bit. But I felt so, this is so corny, alive there. Like, I felt like this is where I want to be. The music was like, what a wonderful world. I mean, the people, the whole vibe of the whole place, it reminded me of um, Highland Park or whatever in Dallas. Just beauty everywhere. Beautiful nature, beautiful stores, nice people, good music, plenty of places to sit down. It was just like, I loved it there. So, okay, I went back to Aritzia and exchanged my stuff. Then I went to Brandy Melville and I got, oh my God, it's not easy to get up from this chair because it catches the rug. But I got a little white t-shirt, just plain, and I got Brooke a little top from there just because it said Los Angeles on it. Then I went to a little store next door, got a little Diet Coke, and sat down here at this table. So it was 11:14, and just loved it. Like, and okay, so now you can see I've taken off my jacket. I will say that blazer is fabulous, but it is scratchy because it's wool. So if you get it, it's super stylish. It's really, it reminds me of something like from R13 or Golden Goose or something because of the way it's cut and the little slits on the side. It's really, really like high fashion looking, and it is nice because it's wool, but it was a little scratchy and it was warm. So I took it off. I just had on a Quince V-neck sweater. I had on the Citizens of Humanity jeans and one of those Target tanks underneath it. This guy had this dog. It was a service dog, a German Shepherd. So I talked to him for a little bit. Okay. So here I am in ZARA. I'm not even going to get up, but I went back and I got the same jacket as the little cream colored bomber. I loved it so much that I got it in black. Now, when I tried on the black, for some reason, I liked the small better. Don't ask why. Who knows? So I got the small in the black and the medium in the cream. Okay, these boots I'll put up here. They looked almost just like my YSL boots that I just showed you. Same color and everything. This little trio of hand creams is scented. Reminded me so much of my Victoria Beckham hand cream set that I took. So I wanted to show you that. I even used some of them and they were really good. Look at this vest I saw on the way out, or I might have had to get it. Okay, here I am. I've walked down to Nordstrom, and I didn't realize like that is like the main Nordstrom. I don't know if it was like the first one, the flagship store, but that's like the main Nordstrom for the Nordstrom anniversary sale. It was beautiful. And I already had on my mind some things that I wanted. And so I looked for a styling cream. I wanted an R& Co styling cream. They didn't have it. Then I thought, I'm going to eat lunch here because I always know when I go to a Nordstrom cafe, they're nice and they can make me a burger with an egg. So I went upstairs, asked where their cafe was, and here it is. She points me over here and he says, "Do you want to eat inside or outside?" You guys, outside was on the balcony and overlooking this whole beautiful place, people, families walking by, that music playing, like all that just classical, like romantic. What do you call that music that's just from that age? That's just so like Louis Armstrong and all those songs like that. And I just sat there and I thought, this is my place. This is my place. This is better than Rodeo. Well, I knew I was going to Rodeo Drive later with Kelly and Christina from Mommy's Makeup and Moscato. They were flying in later. And so I sat there for a while and just enjoyed looking around. Here's my burger with their aioli. Aioli, that is something that I don't eat at home, but I treat myself with a little bit when I travel because it's mostly mayonnaise and it is seed oils, all the things you shouldn't have. But since I'm only having it that one time, sometimes I just treat myself with a little aioli and my Diet Coke. Beautiful. See how this fried egg just did just what it was supposed to. Okay, then I went downstairs and I was looking through the shoe department. And I really didn't have any shoes on my mind, but I was walking around and I saw the Prada mules. Wish I would have taken a picture. I didn't. In leopard. And so the guy, he was helping this girl buy big, high Louboutin pig owls. And I was just thinking, oh my God, thank God I've gotten through that phase of my life because when I saw her walking around in those shoes, I was thinking, girl, those shoes are going to kill your feet. But anyway, to be young, right? But the leopard ones, they did not have in a size 8. So he brought out the leopard 8 and then these in the 8.5, 38.5. And you guys, I still kind of want the leopard, but these are just beautiful shoes. The color, I think it's called, it's not oxblood, it's not mulberry, it's one of those words like that. And I've come to the conclusion that the softer this fabric is up here, even these Gucci's, like being this mesh instead of like a hard leather, that is where the comfort is. That is the shoe that you can put on and you can wear the first time 8 hours because the toe's not going to hurt you. The top of the foot's not going to hurt you and the heel's not going to hurt you. So that was a great big, I think, epiphany and style deep thought that I wanted to tell you. It's not that I won't ever buy anything that's got a harder top, but that is where the comfort is in these softer ones. And I'm going to show you another pair in a little while. So I got these and I think that they are gorgeous. Like when I put these on, they make me so happy. What will I wear these with? Probably black pants. My outfit that like popped in my head immediately is black leggings, a long black coat, cashmere sweater, cashmere scarf, something like that. I mean, jeans, the cropped jeans, anything. They're just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I love them. No regrets. So I got them to just put them in the shoe bags with no box. And then I went outside and I was like, wow, I had walked on the other side and then back up to Nordstrom. Well, I had never walked like that way. And I saw there was like an outdoor bar there. So I thought, I got a little bit of time. I don't really want to buy anything else. I'd already gone pretty much everywhere I wanted to go. So I got another Diet Coke and just sat there and people watched. So here's my bags. Oh, you know what? I think I forgot one place I went. I think after that. I said, after that? Yeah. So I sat there and I went back down to Sephora and I got the lighter bronzer because I knew that darker one was just a little bit too dark. I can use it gently, like really intentionally. So it's not like I need to return it, but this is the one you can see by the mirror that I've been using. And it is straightforward. So hardworking was nice, but straightforward is our shade for everything else. And then something I forgot to tell you I got the night before was this. And it's cool. It's like a special edition. It was in the front of the store. YSL the Love Shine Candy Glaze in some kind of beige nude 21. There it goes, and I've got my lip combo on today, one of mine that are coming soon. Every time we get a DHL package, we think it might be, but it is balmy goodness, and it is beautiful. Like, this is something you would use instead of a gloss over your lips. Beautiful, no regrets. And then when I went to Sephora, I also bought this, the Tan Lux Gradual Tan Lotion. You can see I used right much of this because I started, I'm starting to panic. What am I going to wear to this event? Because I don't want to wear the hose. It's cold, but what if I do wear the dress? Now I need my legs to look better. So I went back to the hotel. Here I am in Ladera Heights at 67 degrees and sunny. I go back, I change clothes. I put on my Aritzia effortless pants. I put on that Anina Bing belt. I put on my Target black tank, the black little jacket I had just gotten from Zara, and my YSL loafers. And I used one bag and took one bag for the whole trip. Hold on. Okay, these are the YSL loafers, worth every penny. Every penny. Comfortable, beautiful, soft. See how soft they are? Just gorgeous shoes. With that said, when I walked in, let me go back some pictures here. When I walked in Nordstrom, I sent this picture to Tracy. Look at these from Steve Madden. And she said, man, he will rip somebody off. I said, yes, he will. These shoes look so pretty. I'm tempted to get them just to see them, but I promise you, they're just as pretty. Ugh, you've got to get those. You have to. You either have to get the YSL ones or you have to get those and just give them a try. I really think, they say loafers are the new sneaker. Well, they're definitely that for me. And I think I'm more of a loafer girl than I am a Mary Jane or a ballet flat. I think loafers fit my personality and my style a little bit better than the Mary Janes. That's just what I think. Okay, I could not get a good picture of this, but there was a beautiful green trench coat in the Banana Republic window, but I was scared to go in there. I was scared I'd want to buy something. So, okay, then I go back. Here's my outfit. Here is Kelly and Christina. So it's, let's see, we're here on Rodeo Drive and it's 3:57. We must have just gotten there. And so here we are. I think we're in Prada because I went in the Prada store down there to see if they had the leopard loafers in my size and they didn't. Then I took some footage of just how beautiful this place is. I mean, it is. It is just sunny, palm trees, just like it's like the epitome of the word like Hollywood or something like that. Just fast, nice cars, Lamborghinis, just everything. Just so good. So we stayed down there, and here's like some of the pictures that I took last time we went in. Louis Vuitton. We accidentally walked in the men's store. It was a whole store for men, but that's okay. I think Kelly ended up getting a fragrance that both of us have really liked for a long time. It's called Lovers. It's unisex. Then we went, so we were taking pictures outside of there. Then we went to Ferragamo. And yes, okay. And oh, no, before that, okay, before Ferragamo, we went into Hermes. And I got a beautiful lipstick. I wore it yesterday, but I wore it with no lip liner yesterday. It's going to need lip liner for me, but I wanted to take a picture of it with no lip liner so you could see what a pretty color it is. It's just like this is a lipstick you would just leave in your purse to wear every day. And the color is number 11, beige natural. And it's a beigey pink, really, and it's like a velvet. I mean, it looks matte, but it's like a slicky, velvety matte. Really pretty. And then, this is funny. I had watched I guess it was either a story or an Instagram reel, because I don't really go on TikTok unless something clicks me over there. And the girl was talking about the power of wearing red nails for an entire year. She had done it for an entire year, and these were her thoughts. And I just agreed with it so much. And right before I left, I asked Brooks, should I do put it in neutral, Lincoln Park After Dark, or Cajun Shrimp? and she said, put it in neutral. She said, it's not cold enough for Lincoln Park. And it was the night before I left. I was getting ready to come downstairs and I was like, yeah, I really wanted Cajun shrimp, but I didn't have the patience to kind of like really make sure it was put on perfectly. So I did put it in neutral. Well, after I watched that video, I wanted my nails to be red so bad. So I bought this nail polish and oh my gosh, okay. Look at that precious little Hermes box. And I mean, you can order this too. I'll link it below. I think you can order it from Nordstrom. I think I have gotten the lipstick before, but so it's in here. What a great gift. And the color I got, there were several different reds. And this is what I have on my nails now. I did paint these last night and they're not that great, but the shape of the brush is phenomenal. It's like the shape of Dior, and I think there's a Sally Hansen that has a shape brush like this that's just kind of squoval, just like my nail beds. And no regrets, no regrets. I might even get the other reds. This one is Kelly and Christina helped me pick out the most red. It's Rouge Piment. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's number 66. Rouge Piment. That's the Southern pronunciation. But I love it, love it, love it. Now, I will say the girl in the video, she was using OPI Big Apple Red, and I did pick that up yesterday because that is a good red. So Hermes will be your splurge, and then the OPI will be your save. And you can never go wrong with OPI, you know? Okay, so that night we went back to that restaurant that we had been to, and I didn't think there was going to be anything there for me because I'd been the night before and the girl just at every question like shut me down. But the dinner was with it's the three of us, and then it was a new YouTuber that I met named Christina, Marnie, Miss Gold Girl. So it was the five of us, and leave it to Marnie to see that in the salad section they said you could get your choice of meats on top. So she said, why don't you just get the meats? Why didn't the waitress think of that the night before? Because that was the same waitress. I just don't think she liked me the night before. I don't know what it was. She seemed nice to me that night, but I don't know. So I ended up getting this steak, which was absolutely delicious. Hanger steak. And then these shrimp. I will say I had to take all this green off, and these did scare me. I was scared that this was going to upset my stomach, but it didn't. It didn't. Okay, so then we go back over to Ralph's that night because I needed Q-tips. That bothered me that I did not have Q-tips because I don't know if you're like me. I have to dry my ears out when I get out of the shower, and I just wanted Q-tips. So anyway, here I am the next morning. And let me go wipe this off real quick. Okay, so here I am the next morning. I've taken a shower the night before. I've put on that tanner. I think I put it on that day before Christina and Kelly got there because it takes 2 hours to develop. Then I put it on again that night after my shower. Then I put it on again this morning. And I think my legs looked fine. But you guys, it was freezing. It was freezing cold outside. Did I do the weather? I wanted to wear this dress so bad and those Chloe shoes, but it was just cold. And I just could not wrap my head around not having anything on my arms or anything on my legs and being at a conference from 8:30 to 6:30. And so I choked. I choked. I really did. I am not happy with my choice for what I wore to the conference. I mean, I give it a 7. I give it a solid 7 out of 10. I wore the Aritzia sweater, which is a 10 out of 10. I mean, that sweater is amazing. It comes in different colors. I will have some different colors. It is beautiful. It's beautiful. I wore the jeans, the Anina jeans I got at Aritzia in size 26. I wore the belt that is burgundy that matched my YSL shoes. And I did kind of put this outfit together with one of the managers from Aritzia that morning. And she said to me, well, if you wore a suit last year, then, that's that. And, the the Priestley dress, I think is what it's called. She said, "That's great." And I said, "I'm just worried about being cold." And so she helped me put together this outfit. She said, "Oh, pink and burgundy look great together." I knew these jeans look really good with boots. They're a real cool girl looking boot. So, I mean, it's not that I hated my outfit, but I just really think I prefer a dress or a suit or a matching set when it comes to something like that. I don't know why. This might just be a hang up. So here we are in the Uber at 8:25, headed to the Spruce Hangar. It's the Google Center. And again, I had done my hair with the Spruce Goose, that's what it's called, Spruce Goose hanger. I had done my hair with the 2-inch curling iron, and here's Marnie checking in. We had to show our license and get our tags, and here we are taking a picture like we did last year, just in the reflection. So here's all 4 of us, and this place is so cool. Well, I knew we were here for, like, a breakfast, and it was just like it was last year. It's all carbs, all different kinds of, like, they're making it as healthy as they can. Chia pudding, yogurt, fruit, croissants, and then even the meaty looking things were not real meat. They were either soy or something else. So let's just say there wasn't anything there for me to eat. I did get a hookup. Okay, here we are. So you see the muffins, the danishes. Oh yeah, some little things, some croissants, fruit. Yeah, fruit bowl, yogurt bowls. And then, okay, here, I'm getting ready to come up to the meaty things. I'm thinking, okay, maybe I can pick this apart. But they were like all weird stuff. Like I was not going to chance my stomach like throwing a fit. So this place is so cool. It reminds me of like being in an ark or something. It's so cool. You'll have to look up the history. One of the guys that worked for YouTube told me about, the guy building the plane in there and all that stuff. So I didn't realize that how much history it had. The Spruce Goose Hangar, historical landmark in Los Angeles, California, a bustling complex inside a former spruce goose hangar featuring open plan desks and sleek conference rooms. Okay, here is, oh my gosh. Okay, I knew I was going to see her there. This is Jacqueline. This is Jacqueline from Jacqueline's YouTube channel that does all of she's one of my subscribers, has been for years. She does the high-end makeup. She did the Louis Vuitton. She's like on the cutting edge of all the makeup releases. I asked her, I said, "How do you do it?" She said she has to get up at like 3 a.m. and just, see what's dropped. So I saw her there. Okay, one of the sponsors is Shark Beauty. So they were there and they were doing people's hair. Here is Jacqueline had her ideal diamonds in her ears, and I had to take a picture. I was like, I want some of those. I want one of those. I think I want some bigger ones. Okay. So here we are for the main keynote address. So I'm just taking pictures of everyone in the room. The cool thing about the YouTube conference is everyone's there for a different reason. It isn't all about fashion or makeup. There's a lot of DIY, perfume, home. The guy last year was there with the sneakers. It's just everybody on YouTube. So it's really cool. I'm sitting beside Marnie, and I took a picture of her putting on her lip gloss because I had a picture of her from years ago beside me doing that at an LTK conference. So I said, I want to take a picture of you doing that again. And there's Kelly. Okay, so here's Bridget talking to us on stage. She's one of the heads, and she's so nice. It is such a wonderful atmosphere, you guys. YouTube is so much nicer to work with than anyone else. I will say, they make you feel so nice. Okay, then we split up into groups. Our tag had a group number on it, and we went outside first to eat. And it was beautiful. Here we are walking out, and we all sat together, and here is the food. So lots of good food. And I remembered this. Lots of stuff for people that can eat everything, but also good food for me. I was able to eat, there is chicken breasts and pieces of, was it London broil or New York strip? Pieces of meat. So I had 2 pieces of meat and a couple bites of chicken. So that really filled me up. I was so thankful. I was so thankful because being in the same place for hours and hours and hours around new people, if you're on an empty stomach, it's hard. And, so I was grateful to have that. And it was freezing when we got there. I was so cold, even in my sweater and my jeans. But with that said, it did warm up. So I would have been miserable, very, very miserable in my dress for about half the day. And then I would have been fine. So I don't know. I think the thing to wear would have been my black Aritzia suit. That would have been the safest bet. Okay, so we went upstairs and we looked at some of the things that little did we know at that time we were getting in our goodie bag. And then we did different little sections and practiced doing different videos. And basically, the biggest thing I get from these events is meeting other people, talking to other people, because this is a job that you do so solo that if you don't meet other people, you don't socialize a lot. There's no one who really knows what you're going through. You get different little tips on even how to hold your phone, how to film a video, how to do everything. So that is one of the biggest things. Here's Madison from Madison Payne. She was there. And I met her mom. Her mom is so young. I looked at her and I thought she was going to be, she said, "Hey, Lisa." And then she said, "I'm Maddie's mom." And I was thinking she was going to be a YouTuber, like she was just, I loved meeting her. And so let's see. Then we go back downstairs and we had our pictures taken professionally. So here's the first time I had them taken. There was two different backdrops. And I had this really nice girl and she took my picture. So here they are. They picked out just a few for me. Well, as you can see, I have that vein in my forehead that comes out if I smile too hard or when I laugh. I know Julia Roberts and Angelina Jolie have that. And I think it's just a thing. I don't know. It's called something. Well, I know that I can edit those out, but I was kind of disappointed. No big deal though. I like the pictures. Okay, here's Madison sitting down to get her Fenty Beauty foundation match. So I took a few pictures of while she was getting that done. And then I'm so thankful for this. Madison, if you watch this video, thank you. She took a whole bunch of pictures while I was getting mine done. And the girl matched me to this shade. I'm wearing it today. And I swatched it this morning against my Maybelline. And it's quite a bit more of a warm tone. So let me know what you think. This versus the Maybelline. And this shade is $2.90 in the Pro Filter. I bought it yesterday at Ulta when I went in there. But what's so valuable about these pictures is, you guys, no matter what, when I look, let me get to a good one. When I look at the back of my hair here, just to know that's all my hair. It's thick. It's pretty damn healthy for what I do to it. And thank you. You know what I mean? Just thank you, God, for letting my hair grow back. Thank you for her cutting off more than 2 inches. She did me a favor. And even though I like it this way, and you guys have been so nice to me, thank you. Like even Brooke said, "Oh my God, they love your hair. They're being so nice. This should make you feel good," and all this stuff. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really, from the bottom of my heart. And I even think to really love it, I might even need to get it cut more to like really have a cool style, but I want to let it grow out. So it made me feel so good to look at my hair and not think, yuck, or ooh, or anything bad. So that really made me happy. So we were standing down there talking. And then we were like running out of things to do. And we had already decided we weren't going to go to the after mingle and cocktails because I don't think any of us drink all in our little group. And so while I'm standing there, I can't remember who it was that said to me, "You can get your picture taken at both booths." I said, "You got your picture at both?" And she said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." So I went back down there and I got it taken at the other one. And I know I'm not smiling. I hate that. I want to smile, but I know that big vein was going to pop out. So I didn't smile as much in these. So I have both of them. And then, do you guys know Zeba? Her channel, Zeba's Style, or I'll link it below. She does a lot of Zara videos. She, on her own, took this little video for me. I had just met her there for me to have. And I love stuff like this. So I do like my outfit. I do. Okay, then we go to another little group setting. We get, they talk to us. Then we leave. I notice how many electric car chargers they have in the parking lot. It's so Google. Then look at our PR, you guys. That whole rolling bag of stuff and that whole Crocs big bog bag of stuff. I got Brooke to take a video of it yesterday. I'll put it in here, and then you'll see I still have a whole bunch of stuff right here that I'm going to take some of it to my niece and my mom. I already let Brooke take a lot of it. Oh my gosh, so much stuff. They were so generous. I actually had to leave a few things behind for my cleaning girl. I told them before I left. And I used the heck out of my duffel bag. So I had 2 big suitcases, a duffel bag, and what I did is you'll see, I put my Gucci bag in that croc bag before I came home. Then Mommy's Makeup and Moscato, Christina, Kelly, and I had talked about going to none other than In-N-Out Burger. Well, we had been talking with Heather is it Heather Thompson? Heather. I'll put her YouTube down below. We had been hanging out with her, so she went with us. She was staying at the same hotel, and we got our nice Uber guy to take us through the drive-thru. We just did the double stop. So here is their burgers, and there are my patties on the side, and we went back to the hotel, ate, and then said goodnight. And here I am at the end of the day, and what I'm showing you here is I wore those boots all day. These YSL boots. I knew they were comfortable because I've worn the black ones all around New York. You guys, my feet did not hurt one bit, not one twinge on my toes, not one twinge on the ball of my foot, not one twinge on my ankles, nothing. Better than New Balance. That's how these boots wear. I don't know if it's YSL heels in general or just this boot, but my goodness, I can just recommend those boots 100%. And then, okay, so then I started unpacking a few things, and then the stress set in. They gave us Skims pajamas, a J. Crew sweater, a cashmere Uniqlo, all kinds of arts and crafts, which Brooke loves arts and crafts. Her and her roommates will flat have a night painting, making bracelets, doing puzzles, Legos. Like, she loves stuff like that, but I could not bring everything home. This Madewell bag Brooke wanted. And so here I am the next morning. And you guys, this made me so happy. I ordered this set from Amazon, and I thought, let me just try it. I will say a lot of the Amazon sets lean a little bit too much Golden Girls, or they've been just done too much. But this one I thought kind of reminded me of the Aritzia set that I wear so much. So good. Just as nice as the Aritzia. So, so good. So I put it on. I couldn't wait to show you. But I ended up putting on my big leather coat. This is the day I'm leaving. Big leather coat from ZARA and my YSL Loafer mules. And then we all met downstairs. Here's Marnie, Kelly and Christina. We were all downstairs for a little bit. And here I am taking off for the airport. And my flight left, I can't remember, like at 12:30. So I got there and I thought, okay, I better eat something. All there was on my terminal was this restaurant. What was it called? I don't even know, but it was one of those places you just know you're not going to get unless you want coffee cake, a muffin, a croissant, all that. You're not going to get anything good. I got some kind of breakfast sandwich with no bread. It was pitiful, but it's just fuel, right? It just got me through. It was 9:55. And then love my little shoes. Here's my outfit. Okay, so I took that flight to Dallas, get to Dallas, Fort Worth, look at my thing. I have to take the Skylink. I have to go all the way from like whatever to whatever. I don't even know what gate this was. and I order my food, which is this steak. I see this other girl, she's eating steak frites or whatever on French fries. And so I got a side order of the steak and a pepperoni pizza because I know I can eat the top of the pizza. Right when I order it, I only have an hour to my flight boards. They change my gate, meaning I have to get back on the Skylink. And just so happens the two girls beside me were on my same flight back to Wilmington. And she said, "Go ahead, you got plenty of time." While we're sitting there, they switched our gate 3 times. So finally it went back to not the one we were at, but the original first switch. And so I made it. And then when I got to that gate, guess what's right there? A boar's head. I love seeing a boar's head at an airport because I know it's going to be good, simple to eat, not going to upset my stomach, all the things, but that's okay. So here we are coming back to Wilmington, and this is me yesterday showing you my lips. So let me see if I forgot anything here. I've got the whole shebang here. I did get these hose from Aritzia in case I wanted to wear the dress with hose. And they are the 40 denier. I didn't realize. Wait, are these? No, these are the ones I had taken from Calzedonia. Okay, maybe I didn't get. I think I returned the ones I got from Aritzia. I had gotten the 30 there and I did return them. Okay. Oh, I got these socks from Aloe. Don't really recommend. They were expensive. I didn't realize how expensive they were till I got them and it was just all over but the crying, but I do think they're nice and they'll go good with boots and stuff. And then, is that it? I think that's it, you guys. Oh no, one big thing, some big things. Okay, at Hermes, I did get a scarf clip. It's not too big, no handbags. This is the one I wanted, plain Jane scarf clip. So you can put any scarf through this, all the scarves I have, and, wear it. And then I did get this is big, but not that big. A long time ago, probably 2 years ago, I got the H buckle and the belt, and I had gotten a size 80 belt, and I needed an 85. So I got the 85 belt. I mean, no buckle, so that I could wear that. And if anybody needs the 80, I'll sell it for a good price. And then when we were on Rodeo, see, I was bad and didn't take pictures of this, or I would have remembered it. But I was with Kelly and Christina, and I get caught up. Okay, Kelly had a Ferragamo belt on, and then she wanted another one to wear to the event. So I got one too. I've never had one. So they had all different kinds of pretty ones. And I told Christina and Kelly and the guy that was working there, helped me pick it out. I said, I want like a quintessential traditional Ferragamo belt because they had crystally ones and everything, but I've got those. So I got this one and it is reversible. It's black and burgundy. And then he custom cuts it right there to fit. So that was kind of cool. Okay, you guys, I know this has been so crazy long. Hopefully you put me on and you went fast asleep, or so you cleaned up your whole house, or you walked on the treadmill, something like that. And then today I am wearing this on my upper waterline. It is the Shiseido Micro Liner Ink. It's kind of like that hourglass, and I like it. So far, I don't think it's transferred, and I do think my makeup looks better when I put that up there. So, okay, and then I've got on my YSL earrings. I took these with me. I took some Chanel earrings, the studs, but I only wore these. These are very light. And my tiger ring, and you'll see in the footage I have on a tiger necklace coming soon. Okay, thank you for watching. I have another adventure coming soon in a couple of weeks. It's going to be it's not a new place, but it's with new people. So I'll tell you about that soon, and lots of good videos coming up for hair, makeup, and lots of good fashion. Thank you. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon.